Hello, gorgeous souls. Welcome, welcome, welcome to today's live. And today I want to start with something a little bit controversial, something that sound maybe is going to trigger you, but I think you're ready to hear it. So I used to believe that prosperity was about strategy. You know, the right funnel, the right messaging, the right offer, the structure. And it turns out that it was one of the things, but really it's about frequency. And here is what I discovered working with coaches over the last few years. The difference between coaches who scale past six figures and those who get stuck isn't their marketing, it's their relationship with drumroll money. So if you're ready to stop self sabotaging and start building real wealth, this conversation is for you. Let me start with a couple of ideas for you. And this is foundational one. So you have wealth frequency. What is wealth frequency? It's the invisible ceiling on your income that you might know it's there or not. And that's what I mean when I talk about your invisible ceilings. You probably heard that your thoughts create your reality. And I know that that can sound a little woo-woo, a little fluffy, but it's actually how your nervous system works. This is science. Just go into look into quantum science and they'll tell you more about this. So, what is safe for you? What is safe to hold? And money is actually a mean for you. And those energetics, those beliefs, literally determine how much you can receive, i.e., how much you can sell, how much you can keep. And it's not a mystical idea, it really is neuroscience. Research from the Institute of Behavioral Finance shows that 87% of high income professionals experience what I call abundance guilt. Think about that. These are people making really good income, but they feel like they shouldn't keep it. They feel guilty about it. And here's the thing, that's not a character flaw, that's a frequency problem. That's a nervous system that hasn't caught up to the income level that you're generating. So I want to tell you about a coach I worked with the last year. So she was charging around $15,000 for a signature offer. And her close rate was solid. Her offer was strong. She knew how to sell. But every single month, something would happen. Clients would cancel in last minute, or she would unconsciously lower her price on a call last minute. Yeah, it's 15, but really you can have it for 10. She'd go home and feel exhausted, angry at herself because she didn't want to do that. And she was generally confused about why she couldn't keep the money. So the money was flowing in, but a lot of things were happening. And it didn't make sense to her. So she was doing everything right. So when we started working together and we started digging, of course, the first things we looked at was her belief about money, your relationship with money. And she realized that something was off, obviously. You can call it at a cellular level, you can call it on your nervous system, but really, she didn't believe she deserved to keep those $15,000 per client. So her reaction was literally sabotaging her to bring the income back down to a level that felt more comfortable, to a level where she didn't feel guilty. So one of the things that we did, among other things, and secret money archetypes work and the strategy, we started to recalibrate her frequency so that she could believe she deserved it. So that was becoming natural to say, yeah, it's 15,000, money comes in and money stays. And that allowed everything to shift. Same offer, same person, same marketing, same clients, but different internal alignment. And it didn't take long. It really took about 3 months. And after 3 months, we started to notice the income was regular, the income was consistent. But her internal frequency changed. She gave herself permission to have the money, to keep the money, to be feeling joyful about the money, and to be proud. And that's something I want you to sit with. Your bank account, and we're talking business, but really it's personal as well, is a reflection of your internal permission. Ooh. Permission to have money. So if you're leaving money on the table, which everybody has at some point, it's not because you're not good at what you do. It's not because your offer isn't strong enough. Well, possibly that's an option. But most likely it's a combination. And part of you doesn't actually believe you get to keep that amount. And that's exactly what we're going to address in the prosperity boardroom. And there are many things that play together when we look at money, but I want to show you different angle and different patterns that are going to affect your income. And that works at every level. Whether you're already doing 6 figures, 7 figures, aspiring 6 figures, you tend to circle to a certain level of comfort and you stay there. And that's not random. So those levels, they can be tweaked and manipulated when you know what's the belief that it's holding you back and how to rearrange them. So today, let's talk about 3 specific money blocks that I see over and over and over again. There are many money blocks, but these are the 3 I want to talk about to you today. The first one is the worthiness ceiling. Now, this is when, as the word suggests, you've internalized a belief that having too much money, which too much is for you, makes you greedy. Not spiritual, maybe, or simply disconnected from your mission here on earth. And you tell yourself that you're in service. You tell yourself that you're here to help others, whatever service you're offering. And if you're asking for premium prices, it feels wrong. It feels selfish. And really, the thing nobody talks about is you cannot serve from an empty cup. The wealthier you are, hear me out here, the more you can actually give. You have more resources, you have more energy, more capacity to show up for your clients and your community, your friends, your family, your spouse. And again, there's some research from the Journal of Consumer Psychology, 64%, so it's high. Purpose-driven entrepreneurs struggle with charging premium prices because they're tied that identity to being accessible. And they say it's not about the money. But the interesting thing is it directly correlates with the income ceiling. So the belief that wanting money is bad, for generic word, that somehow it makes you less spiritual or less helpful is literally capping your income. So I want to say this clearly. Money is not bad. And wanting money, it's not bad, evil, or selfish. Money is a tool. Money is energy, we heard that before. But the more of it you have, the more good you can do in the world that it's based on money. Now that was block number 1. Block number 2 is the scarcity reflex. Whoa, yo, 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 yo. And this is when unconsciously you believe that money is limited. There's not enough money to go around in the world. So you have to hustle, work harder, work a little more, work a little longer. Say yes to every single client, the one you love, the one you don't love. Whew, I feel exhausted just by talking about it. And in this situation, you over-deliver, you underprice, and it's a right path to burning out. And what is burning out is your nervous system staying in fight or flight mode, always on edge, which is not the most conducive energy for attracting abundance, attracting clients, and for expansion. So if you're sending out a frequency that says, I don't have enough, the world is a scarce one, and this is not safe, that your reality is going to match that. Your frequency is going to be a frequency of scarcity. So I know a consultant that was charging $8,000 per month for a retainer package. Not bad in my world. But she was treating it like a $500. So she was responding to, every possible email. She was always doing the extra work. And she wasn't charging for the extra work. She was constantly anxious, which she wasn't paid for. And if she was so nervous a lot of the time, she would lose the client. Because she was in this bubble, oh my God, after this one, nothing else. So even though she was technically earning good money, she was always in this scarcity field that did bring her to lose the clients. Unless she started to believe, okay, that must be a better way to do that. And she started charging more and working less. Not because she was taking advantage, but because she realized, let's put our value somewhere else. Let's put our skills in a way that would help different people with a different problem at a higher level, with strong boundaries. And ironically, you might say, the new clients respected her more. They valued her more. And she didn't stay at 8,000 for a long time after that. She jumped to 12. And then from there, I think it was 15. And now she's way, way over that. And guess what? The new clients didn't blink. And she was really proud of her business by then. So that's a frequency shift. Block number 3, very common for women, the guilty loop. Oh my goddess. And that's an insidious one, allow me the word, because it's so subtle. And this happens when you make, again, generate level of money you want, but you feel guilty about it. And again, you're going to self-sabotage to bring it back down to a safer level, a level you're more used to. So you may have great sales 1 month, and then you start to feel, oh, that was great for 3 days. And then all of a sudden something happened. Your washing machine breaks, your fridge breaks, there is drama. And you say, oh, maybe I need to lower my prices. And that's really hard. Again, you feel yourself in a place where you don't know how to be comfortable at a higher income level. And so all of these things create chaos to bring you back to, oh, you know what? Maybe I should charge less. Oh, you know what? Maybe this is too much for this person. They're in this trouble, that trouble. Let's charge less. So I really want you to, drop into these 3 money blocks for a moment and realize that this is not a personal flaw. It's not something that you have failed at. It's something that you learned. It's patterns that have been wired into you, whether it's you picked it through ancestral, whether you picked it to your parents, whether you picked it through your own experience, maybe it's from your spouse, your circle of friends. If you surround yourself by people who say it's hard to make money, it's hard to make money, it's hard to make money, and you start to charge 100K for an offer, and everybody else doesn't make even 100K in a year, you're going to feel guilty about that. Or you're going to start to believe it's scarce. So these patterns, the good news is they can be unlearned. They can be rewired. And if we're talking about frequency, it's easy. We need to send the opposite frequency. And so the prosperity boardroom is designed to do that. It's designed to help you rewire those points so that you can actually, I want to say, sit back, relax, and create wealth. And this is not about visualization or affirmation or dancing naked in the moonlight. It's not about vision boards. You can, it's nice. But there are other tools that works a lot better. There are other tools that really recalibrate you for the amount of income that you want so that you understand your relationship with money. Again, what does it mean? You know why money comes in and why it doesn't go out. You know why creating more money feels safe. It feels sustainable. And this is without the feeling guilty. which is so common. This is without the feeling, oh my God, now I'm not safe. Some people feel generally not safe when they've got money. So we can recalibrate that in this prosperity boardroom. So, gorgeous soul, here is what happened. We have wealth calibration. We have calls each month in the prosperity boardroom, and there is a specific income goal which you choose. You choose. And once you choose that goal, it's for the month of June because the next one is in June. We really treat it as not just a number, it's not just a spreadsheet, but we go beyond and we look at the frequency. What is the frequency you need to embody? What is the vibration you need to align to? And we're going to have the tool. We're going to have the tool to identify what's in the way, what's blocking you. And then we're going to recalibrate. Is it the worthiness ceiling? Is it the scarcity reflex? Is it the guilt loop? Or maybe something else. There are so many possible blocks. Today we talked about 3, but there are so many. And it's all unique to you, your story, your money karma drama, you name it. So I've got experience in that. I work with coaches, consultants, therapists, lawyers, accountants, personal trainers, you name it, digital nomads, writers, wealth practitioner, health practitioner, business coaches. And I've got so many stories about identifying people blocks and rewiring them is going to bring them to their income goal a lot faster and in a much easier and graceful way. This is not about working 24/7, about slaving away. It's just understanding what works for you. And what works for you without, again, feeling you're selfish, you're a bad person, you're an evil person. Because when you do that, typically money comes because you're helping people more. You're helping people to get the life they want. That's what you become the go-to person in your field. And you're simply richly rewarded for doing something that I believe if you're here, you really care about. I believe if you're here, you want to better the world. I believe if you're here, you have clients you love and adore. You have talents and skills you perfected down to really laser focus attention. And you have a higher purpose. So how can we combine that higher purpose with a higher income? So I'm inviting you, if you are feeling comfortable in this conversation, and this conversation feeling comfortable doesn't mean you're not going to be stretched, doesn't mean you're not going to have to go over your comfort zone. You do. Miracle happens outside your comfort zone. This is what A Course in Miracle teaches. And what is a miracle? Is a shift in perspective. So giving yourself permission to earn more is not comfortable. Giving yourself the tools to go from 10 to 20,000 in a month, in a day, it's not comfortable. The person you need to become is a total different one. But when you work on the frequency level, as well as all the other things that we work on, then you really stop over delivering, you stop second guessing, you are clear on your prices, you stop staying up until midnight, answering emails. And your nervous system is aligned with the income goal. Or I like to say your bank account aligns with your income goal. So you attract and you keep more money, which is what you want. It's not forced, it's not overworked, it's not exhausting, it's not 110 rituals, it's magnetic. It really is a different level of what you've been doing until now. And if you've been doing this work already, welcome. Because when we get together, the energy elevates. So your experience is also participating, and we're going to elevate your frequency because you're ready, used to do it, and the frequency of everybody around as well. You're magnetizing the income you design. You're not hustling from a place of desperation. You're building from a place of alignment, from a place of grounding. And this changes everything. So, gorgeous souls, if this is for you, we're going to have a beautiful conversation in the Prosperity Boardroom. This is really designed for coaches, consultants, professionals who are ready to move from six-figure to consistent, sustainable wealth. And we're going to do it in a way that is a stretch, but it's a beautiful stretch. And it is not through the Facebook group, a funnel, a latest fad, a latest marketing trend. This is pure teaching-led session where we address the actual blocks between you and your next level of income that you choose. You choose. And we're going to have the tools to help you. So, gorgeous souls, sending you so much love. I'm going to put a link somewhere here. DM me if you don't see the link, where you can sign up to the Prosperity Boardroom. It happens once a month. It is exponentially cumulative. Don't miss it. You would be just sitting on money that could be in your bank account, but somehow it's still not in the bank account. So don't think, oh yeah, I'll do it next month. Why wait? Why wait when it could be yours now? Sending you so much love. Thank you for watching. Alex Vitilla, your money breakthrough coach.